Jody, so what would be your advice if someone is seeing someone that they care about, or even just someone in general getting judged? What would be your advice or tips for them on how to handle it?
I think it can be tough when you see someone else being judged because we have a natural defense mechanism that kicks in when we're the one. And when we see someone else, we're not always sure what we should do. If we should intervene, if we should help the person, what kinds of things that we should do in response. But here are a couple of things that I would say. I would say one of the number one things that you can do is help them understand the difference between context and content. Number two, I'd say put yourself in that other person's shoes to understand what they might be feeling in that moment so that you can be a support system for them. And then number three, help them to see that oftentimes it's not about them, it is about the other person who is doing the judging. So what are some of the things I mean by that? I think when you don't understand the difference between context and content, how can anyone provide any content to you that's valuable if they don't understand the context of what you're going through? So often when people are judging, they're doing so without the context of knowing your story. So who cares what they think about you if they don't have any idea what is true about you? If they don't understand the context of your life, the content that they offer you in terms of that judgment shouldn't mean anything because they don't really know the story behind it. And so I think that's one of the things I would do is try to help someone else understand that it doesn't matter what people see or believe for themselves and what content they want to offer you if they don't first understand your context. The second point being, I think you need to be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes to imagine what they're going through. Because how do I know how someone else is responding to it unless I can kind of imagine myself and then even ask them how it makes them feel? And hopefully that will help me know how to be a better support system for them so that I know how to support them, so that I know what to do to help them when they are feeling judged. Because it's not easy when you're the one who is in that seat of being judged. It can do all kinds of things to your mental health, it can do all kinds of things to you emotionally, socially, and it can really kind of disconnect you from positive thinking. So you need to reach out, put yourself in that other person's shoes and understand what it is that they are going through and what they are feeling. And how do you do that? You ask them questions. Get curious about how they feel about it and then listen proactively so that you can support them in what they are feeling. And then the third thing is to realize that the person doing the judging is the one with the problem and not the person who is being judged. Because most all of the time when someone is judging, they are coming from a point of looking at their best and comparing it to someone else's worst. And they're doing that often as a way to make themselves feel better. They're judging against something that they do well and they're seeing someone else who may not be doing that as well or who may look different or have some outward sign that something is wrong. And all that really is an indication of themselves and where they are with their own mental health and unhealthy thought processes. So when you see someone who's being judged and who is having a difficult time with that, by helping them see that the judgment is not really about them as much as it is about the person who is doing the judging, hopefully that can help them to see that they are not lesser in any way. But the biggest thing I would say that you need to do when you see someone else who is being judged is try to understand and see from their perspective and be there as a listening ear, be there as a support to them so that you can help them in the ways that they need in the moment, because it can take a toll on you and that can be a big hit for you. When someone is judging you, it can really impact the way that you feel about yourself. So get in their shoes, see how they're feeling, listen and ask questions so that you can best know how to support them.